I'm tripping because I'm going in and out like that. It's great. Hey everybody, welcome to Stefan Strangelands. Today we're going to talk a little bit more about urban. What? I'm not talking loud enough. We should have checked this before we did this. Do you hear me now? Can you hear me now? You can? Okay, good. Anyway, we're going to talk about an urban legend. Now, we're going to take a ride on the paranormal highway, and we're going to get off in the urban legend zone. And this time, on this ride, we are going to be talking about a car, a very special, legendary car. And with that being said, I am talking about the legend of the Black Volga. Now, a lot of you guys are not going to know much about this, but I'm going to bring it to light a little bit more, and then some of this stuff is going to come back to you. In Europe, Eastern Europe, and even in parts of Asia, in the 60s and the 70s, there was this car. It was called a Black Volga. And in those times, that was a very luxurious car. Not very many people in those times can afford a car like that. Now, this car was all black, had white curtains in the windows, had white rims on the tires. Now, what's interesting about this is this car would be seen driving through the nights of the villages. Now, it was seen at smaller towns, not in the big cities, and there's for a reason. This car would drive around through the night and abduct people. People would go missing. Now, so many people were gone missing in these villages, they started an investigation. And during those times, they would find bodies of these missing people in certain areas, and they would be drained of all their blood. All their organs were missing. Now, this happened quite often. And nobody ever saw who was driving the Black Volga. But they say it might be related to the KGB during political times. They were searching for cures and medicine. So what they would do is they would abduct these people and drain them and use them for their blood. Now, with that being said, the most common people abducted were small children. Why children? Well, the children's blood is more pure. And the rich had the money to pay for these cures, for trying to treat them for leukemia. During these times, leukemia was running ravid through Europe. So they're trying to find this thing, and they learned about the children's blood. Now, this led to the theories of the KGB harvesting organs. That's what I was telling you before. Bodies were being found, their organs were missing. They were being sold on the black market. Especially, we've all heard of the stories of people robbing people for their organs, especially kidneys. That's where the terms the kidney thieves would come from, was during this time of the Black Volga. Now, a lot of people say these children were abducted and they were drained for their blood to create a thing called adrenochrome. Now, adrenochrome's obviously in pop culture again, with the elite and the super famous who have the money to pay for these cures, to keep them young, to keep them healthy. Whatever it is, this is where a lot of the story was coming from. Now, people say that the Black Volga was driven not only by the KGB, they were saying they were driven by evil priests, because there are reports of nuns being abducted, taken away, tortured, and drained of their blood. Besides that, there were also people saying that since people were drained of blood, and these things only happen at night, could it be driven by vampires? Why would they want all the blood? Vampires were common in some of these Eastern European stuff. We all talk about Romania, Transylvania, obviously the vampire legends come from. But this was happening all the time. A huge thing during Eastern Europe. It got to the point where saying that some of the people that were tortured were so horrific that the people who were being abducted that were never seen again were taken directly by demons, or even the Black Volga being driven by Satan himself, gathering the souls and bringing them directly to hell with him. Now, over time, the Black Volga stories and the legends of it being seen have stopped. But in modern day times, it has returned. But instead of a Black Volga this time, it is now a Mercedes being seen abducting people. We don't know who's driving the car. These are things that we're hearing in bodies appearing in certain places still to this day. So, with that being said, be careful out there. And don't go hitchhiking. And do not get into a car like the Black Volga. That's it for Stefan Strangelands. Remember, stay haunted.
Where can I buy that car?